Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today we're diving into a fascinating project, a Game Boy emulator built entirely in Ruby. It's called Ruby Boy, and it's a real gem, pun intended.
A Game Boy emulator in Ruby? That's incredibly ambitious. I'm intrigued. What makes this project so special?
Well, for starters, it's a fully functional emulator, running games like Pokemon and Puyo Puyo. But the real kicker? It runs in your browser thanks to WebAssembly. Imagine playing classic Game Boy games directly in your browser, all powered by Ruby.
That's amazing. So how did the developer, Saki, pull this off? What were some of the key challenges?
The architecture is quite complex. He had to emulate the Game Boy's hardware, including the CPU, PPU, memory management, and more. He used a class structure mirroring the Game Boy's components: console, LCD, bus, CPU, and so on. Each class handles a specific aspect of the emulation. The main loop is elegantly simple. Fetch instructions, execute them, and update the PPU, timer, and sound.
That sounds straightforward enough, but I imagine the devil's in the details. What were some of the hurdles he encountered?
Oh, plenty. He ran into issues with flag calculations in the CPU, specifically with the carry flag in certain instructions. He also had problems with the POP AF instruction, initially failing to zero out the lower 4 bits of the F register. Debugging this kind of low-level stuff must have been a nightmare.
Absolutely. And I bet performance was a major concern, right? Running a Game Boy emulator is computationally intensive.
You're right. Initially, the emulator was painfully slow. So, Saki embarked on a serious optimization journey. He used StackProf and Heap Profiler to identify bottlenecks. He started with the usual suspects: enabling YJIT, avoiding unnecessary hash creation, and moving calculations outside loops.
Classic optimization techniques. Did those alone solve the performance issues?
Partially. Upgrading to Ruby 3.3 provided a massive performance boost thanks to YJIT improvements. But he still had to tackle GC issues. He optimized the CPU instruction handling to reduce hash creation, and that significantly reduced garbage collection overhead. He even went as far as pre-calculating address mappings to eliminate conditional branching.
Wow, that's impressive. Pre-calculating address mappings is a clever trick. I'm guessing that significantly reduced the number of comparisons needed.
Exactly. It's a technique borrowed from other emulators, and it paid off handsomely. He also optimized the PPU rendering by caching tile data, tile map data, and palette data. He even changed the pixel format for faster rendering, ultimately achieving a remarkable speedup.
So the final result is a surprisingly performant emulator running entirely in Ruby, even in the browser via WebAssembly. That's a testament to the developer's skill and the power of optimization.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic achievement. The project showcases not only the capabilities of Ruby, but also the dedication and ingenuity of the developer. And the best part? You can try it yourself. The demo is available online. Go check out Saki's Ruby Boy. It's a must-see for any Ruby enthusiast or retro gaming fan.
I definitely will. Thanks for highlighting this incredible project. It's inspiring to see what's possible with Ruby.
My pleasure. And that's all the time we have for today's Tech Bytes and News. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.